Good evening. Good evening. I am Ben Childers. I'm currently the Business and Residential Liaison for the Winslow Police Department. I've been with them going on 5 years. So for some of you I know I've met before. It's good to see you again. For everyone else, the pleasure's mine. So I've got about 7 slides. I'll try to get through as quick as I can. Bear with me. If you have questions, try to hold until the end and then I'll address them. All right, let's begin. So, neighbor knowing neighbor is the first step in crime prevention. That just rings true. It's the cornerstone of neighborhood safety. We live in a time where everyone just kind of lives their life through their electronic device, and the person-to-person interaction isn't what it used to be.
I don't think the microphone's working.
Is it not?
No, it is.
Is it? Yeah, can everyone hear me in the back?
No.
All right, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. So 57% of Americans say they only know some of their neighbors. And you go to the 18 to 29-year-old demographic, it jumps up to 78. I thought those numbers were pretty interesting. That's from a Pew Research Center survey from 2022. So a couple of things that I think we can do to kind of help the overall safety situation in the neighborhoods. Dog Walker Watch is a program through National Night Out. It's the same organization we go through every year for National Night Out that we do in the fall. And it's exactly what it sounds like. There's roughly 75 million Americans who walk their dogs. And who better than to go around and actually, while they're walking their dog, pay attention to what's going on in their neighborhood. It's a good program. I've been wanting to roll it out now for about a year. I think it would be beneficial. If you get a group of people in your subdivision that want to do it, please reach out, contact me. I'll come and sit down and talk to you guys about it and go over things you should look for, all right? Another thing, allowing the police department to post on the neighborhood Facebook page. I know some people are apprehensive about this, but we have over 100 subdivisions, and I checked with our community outreach sergeant, Sergeant Jake Schmidt. Right now, currently only about 30 allow him to post on their Facebook page. Now, why is this important? Let's say there's something going on in the neighborhood, missing child, car clottings, people get into cars. We can get that information out to more people quicker if we have the ability to do that. So whoever controls your neighborhood Facebook page, please talk to them and see if that's something they're willing to do. Again, Sergeant Jake Schmidt is the point of contact. Home security is a layered effect. Keep windows and doors locked at all times. Use your deadbolts. Install auxiliary locks on your windows if current locks are not sufficient. Use solid core exterior doors. You'd be amazed how many builders don't use solid core exterior doors because it's cheaper. Motion sensor lights on the exterior of your home. An alarm system is always a good idea. Consider installing security cameras. I have a routine every night before I go to bed. I go around, I check all the doors, all the windows before I go and lay down. It's just habit. I spent my entire life in military and paramilitary organizations. Maybe a result of my training and my experiences, I don't know. But it's a good habit to get into. Use light timers or turn them on remotely to give the appearance of an occupied home. This rings true if you're going to be out of town for a while. Less than 1% of house break-ins occur when the house is occupied. I'm guilty of this in the past when I lived in a subdivision. When working in the yard, keep your house secure. How many of us go outside and do yard work, leave the garage door open? Sure, we all do. Keep bushes and shrubbery trimmed to no more than 3 feet high. So one thing, I'm a CEPTED advisor. It's crime prevention through environmental design. And there's actually a whole science to landscaping and how you keep your landscaping and how it deters crime.
What do you call it? Step?
CEPTED, it's crime prevention through environmental design. So the thought is this: not only do you want to see what's coming at you, but it's been proven that criminals, if a building or structure has a lot of windows, they're less likely to want to go up there because people intense season coming. Keep the lowest limb on the trees to no lower than 6 feet from the ground. This is going to abate anyone trying to climb up the tree to gain access to a second floor. For all of you two-story homeowners. This is something I just found out about yesterday. Don't give the numeric access code for your home to a delivery driver. How many of you have done this? Oh, thank God. Okay. So, one of the guys that work in my unit, they got a notification on the Ring doorbell, and it was an Amazon driver punching numbers in to try to get in their home. She was at the wrong house. But then he reached out to Amazon, and it's like, yeah, people are giving their access code to Amazon drivers. Not, you think some of this stuff would be self-evident? Not the best idea. Okay? Please don't do that. Vacation check request. How many of you didn't know that you could do this? If you're leaving town, you can go on the city website and put in a vacation check request, and an officer will come around and check on your home for you while you're out of town. We walk around and make sure all the doors and windows are secure, that it hasn't been tampered with. All right? It's a great thing. Don't mind doing it. We'd rather be preventative than have to respond later because your house got broken into while you're gone. Like I said, you can go on the city website and then sign up. It's very easy. Some other things to consider: cancel your paper mail deliveries or ask a neighbor to pick them up every day. If I was going to drive around and look for a house to possibly break into, if I see a house with a lot of mail in the mailbox or something stacked up at the door, I'm going to go, okay, nobody's been there in a while. Chances are good they're not there now. Leave a key with a friend or neighbor and ask that the house be checked periodically. Also a good idea, not a bad practice. Have window blinds periodically opened and closed. Again, a lot of criminals will do 2 or 3 recon runs by a house to see, make sure no one's there, and they're looking for those little indicators. So whatever you can do to change the appearance if you're not at home, if you're going to be gone for a while, it's going to make them think, okay, somebody's actually there. I'm not going to go. Ensure that the lawn is maintained in your absence. Again, if it looks unkempt, they're going to think you're not there. They might go in there and try to take everything you have. Store all your valuables out of sight, not in the bedroom. It's the #1 place they look, okay? On the shelf in your closet in your bedroom is like the first place they go, or your sock drawer. You laugh, people do it all the time. Invest in a safe if you're going to leave a lot of valuables in the house. Leave a car in the driveway or ask neighbors to park in it. So back to the vacation check request. If you're going to be out of town and there's going to be a car in the driveway, you can enter the license plate into the check request. When officers go, they know if that car is supposed to be there or not. Also, if you're going to have someone periodically check, make sure you put their information in there as well. All right? Just makes it easier for us. It takes the guesswork out of it. All right. What is suspicious? Again, folks, you think some of this stuff would be self-evident, but I don't take anything for granted anymore, so I'm just going to down some of this stuff. An individual going door to door, especially if one or more goes to the rear of a residence or loiters in front of an occupied house. This happens a lot. Recently, we had exterminators go to a home, but the truck didn't have a clear sign on it, and so these guys start walking around a resident's house. She's in the home, and she calls us freaked out. We get there. She had an appointment. But the guys weren't in a marked vehicle. They didn't have anything identifiable on their shirt, so she assumed the worst, and that's fine. We don't mind. We don't mind coming out. We'd rather you guys call us for sure. Someone running carrying something of value or carrying unwrapped property. Yeah, that's unusual. That's something you don't see a lot. Loitering around or peering into cars. Slow moving vehicle without lights. Following an aimless course. Yeah, that's a clue for sure. Basically, what is out of the norm, and you guys know that better than we do for where you live, right? You guys have your thumb on the pulse of the neighborhood. You guys know what's out of place and what stands out. Again, what belongs and doesn't belong. see something, say something. That old adage is still true. Report suspicious activity. Crimes in progress or emergency exists, please call 911. For suspicious activity or crimes that have already occurred, you can call the non-emergency number. It's up there. My name and number is up there directly to my desk, so if you call that 2171 number, it comes straight to me. Even if I'm not there, leave a message, it goes straight to my email, and I get it even when I'm in the office. And my email's there at the bottom. Folks, any questions? Yes, sir.
Is there a city ordinance prohibiting cars parking back from a stop sign, a four-way stop sign? Because when the school district picks up the kids in the morning, they pick up the intersection. When you're coming out of our subdivision, you have to go into the left-hand lane to make the left turn, and then you're in the wrong lane, and other cars are trying to pull into the subdivision.
Sure.
So if there was a head-on collision, you're at fault because you're in the wrong lane.
I believe it reads 30 feet. I'm 90% positive it's 30 feet.
So what can be done as far as trying to get the school district not to pick up at that location, where there's usually 10 cars?
I think it
lined up?
reads cannot be parked within 30 feet. So if they're just there momentarily, I wouldn't classify that as parked there. If they're picking up children in the morning, is that what you're saying?
Yes, in the afternoon,
Yeah. I would say they are not technically parked at that point.
but they're out of their vehicle.
Picking up the kids?
Yep.
Is it a school bus?
Yep,
And they get out of the vehicle? Do they help the kids across the street?
they just meet them at the intersection and walk them to their cars.
Yeah, I still would say they're not technically parked. It's just something everyone needs to be aware of.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, a vehicle that's in transit, even if it's just momentarily stopped, I wouldn't classify that as parked. And that's not something we can write a ticket for. Anything else, folks? Yes, ma'am.
A couple. On the dog walker watch.
Yeah.
Are you the point person to contact?
Sure.
Okay, and then on the, posting on Facebook page.
Yes.
Was that you or was that the?
That is Sergeant Jake Schmidt. He is our community outreach sergeant. And he handles all of our Facebook activity. So yeah, he would be the one to contact for that. Yes, ma'am.
There are several homeowners associations that are made up of a small number of homes that are basically islands within the city of Wentzville that are St. Charles County unincorporated.
Yes.
Given that information, are those homeowners associations or homes in general still allowed to participate in these wonderful ideas you have?
If they are not within the jurisdiction of the Wentzville Police Department, we would not go and check on those homes, if that makes sense.
I'm
Because
talking about the dog walk program.
I'm assuming you live in one of these subdivisions?
I represent.
Understood, yeah. I know that St. Charles County has a great community outreach unit. I would say contact one of the gentlemen over there. If you get nowhere, sure, call me. Yeah. But I know those guys over there. I'm sure someone will be more than willing to talk to you and help you out. Absolutely. Folks, anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Just a quick question. What about an automobile that's in their own driveway but does not run and it has not moved in 3 years?
It's in their driveway though?
I wish it was one. That would be easy to tow it. It's in a neighbor's driveway. It
And
has
they're-
not moved in 3 years.
And they're the owners?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything I can find them, do, say?
You as an HOA?
Uh-huh.
Man, I enforce
Okay,
laws
I'm
and
a
ordinances and
lawyer.
violations. I don't.
Anything the police can do for that vehicle that has not moved in 3 years?
It may constitute a derelict vehicle, but if they're there, all they have to say is, yeah, I've been working on it here and there, and I mean, who's to prove otherwise? You know what I mean?
Camera, videos, like that.
Have you got a camera on that car 24 hours a
Oh,
day? You do?
I have 6 cameras. I take care of the.
Are you sure you want to keep talking to me about that?
Okay, people didn't hear me say any of that. No, I didn't say any of that, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Ma'am, that is the best hypothetical question I've ever gotten.
Hypothetically, if there was.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. in that instance, yeah, you could call us and we could look into it for you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically, yes, hypothetically.
Ben, thank you for serving our community in your
Yes,
honor.
yeah,
Role. We
thank you.
appreciate it.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure, folks.